right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rafak Kadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation and much love to Yakim out there pushing out his word and truth and sincerity. And this is the brother Ash. And go ahead.
Got the brother Mayim.
And we got a special guest here, the brother Nathaniel from the Great Millstone Atlantic Church. And we just here in transit, Lord's will. We do an edifying lesson. And we just gonna speak through the spirit. Brother just landed, but we just gonna speak through the spirit on this chip. We're gonna speak through the spirit on the chip. Because it's I believe it was Apostle Harden video earlier. And really everybody, Great Millstone, has been saying this. It's clear and evident what the microchip is right now. Pursuing to Revelation 13. All right, it's clear and evident, as Habakkuk 2 and 3 said. Well, let me get that, and then we'll go in. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. So, specifically talking about the microchip, RFID microchip, or the mark of the beast. Okay, it was for an appointed time, because what, they didn't have technology like this before. All right, for thousands of years there wasn't this technology around, but now the technology is here and it's speaking loud and clear. All right, because you see that the buying and selling is moving to digital currency. All right. Is and they programming people with their phones, to tap your card on the little machine and go, so now it's clear and evident, man. I mean, how much more does Esau have to show you till you get the understanding of this thing, man? You claim to be a man of the Lord, you should see these things, man. We're supposed to be watchmen and be diligent. All right, watching the times diligently. Go ahead. Let's go ahead.
Yeah. I got a quick precept because you had brought it out.
Right here.
This is Revelation 13 and 16, and it says that he calls us all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark on their right hand or forehead. Now, we continuously hammer this point home. We continually go into, you have to look up the meaning of words, because you may not get the full understanding from a word, through the translation, like it says in the book of in the book of Sirach, Ecclesiastes. It says words that are translated into another tongue do not have the same force. So it's important for you to actually go into the scriptures to look into the original language that the word was spoken in to understand the meaning. And we go through this all the time. So if you go to the Brew Letter and you go to that word mark, and you go to that word mark, it means it's charagma in the Greek.
Guys, like if I may add something to you real quick, that's what makes you a diligent. All right, the scriptures talk about make your calling and election sure. Be diligent. How do you be diligent, man? You got to seek these things out. I remember coming into this truth, the apostles would always say, don't believe us, go look it up yourself. Do your own research. And that's the problem with a lot of these new cats and a lot of these other camps. They're mockingbirds, man. Monkey see, monkey do. They don't want to do the work. They don't want to investigate, man. Look, we got to be detectives in this truth. You got to investigate this. Don't take, even though we, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, we know the apostles, the Lord is dealing with the apostles. But you still got to do it yourself, man, because the Apostle Gabar always sits on that. You'll appreciate it more if you go look for it yourself, man. You hear something, go verify it yourself, man. Stop being a damn simpleton and parrot, man. Yep. Yeah, because it's one thing you heard. Oh, I heard the breakdown and this and that or whatever. Look, but did you go into it or you just heard it and that was it? But go ahead, Art.
So this is going into that word mark, which means charagma, and it says a stamp.
A stamp.
A So something is being stamped. This is physical, right? An imprinted mark. That means it's embedded. Okay? And it says, of the mark stamped on the forehead or right hand as a badge of the followers of the Antichrist. So how is this
Christianity,
right? or spiritual? No, this is a physical mark. Continuing on, it says the mark branded upon horses.
And what the reason they would do that, brand their horses, is so you look, this is my horse. That's my mark on them. You can't just steal my horse and say that's your horse. Look, this is my mark. That's my property, and that's what Esau wants to do. So how can you say spiritual? Spiritual things are only discerned through spiritual means. But physical marks are discerned physically. Like a horse being branded. You got a big old burnt mark on the side, you can see it. Right? It's a physical thing that took place.
Or a slave receiving an old in his ear.
Yep.
Which is going into that, you're born.
Which means what? A slave. You become a slave or a servant, like you said.
You go into the book of Exodus, I forget the chapter, I think it's chapter 23 or something like that. You bore an oil into the ear of the servant if he wants to stay a servant to you.
And that's the point. He wanted to stay a servant. So what is the majority of our people gonna do, and the rest of these people? They're gonna want to be servants to Esau. So they're gonna willingly take that mark. Like the servant willingly took that bore in his ear, or the oil.
And just to add to your point, had you made a comparison against that servant, the servant said, hey, I got family, I'm happy with my master, I'm happy with what my master gives me, right? So I want to stay with my master forever. And that's exactly what these jakes gonna do. They're gonna be like, oh, I want to stay with master forever.
Exactly.
Master treat me good.
And that's why the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, hey, he gonna give you the reward that he gonna give your master.
That's right. Hey, what's it say? Revelation
of the devil.
I'm thinking of Revelation 14. It didn't specify who or why they took it. It just said anybody that took it is gonna be destroyed.
Oh, I got a quick precept.
Well, Sean, go back. We'll get the precept. We'll go back to it.
Okay,
those words.
I wanted to bring up this because you were going back into you had mentioned how we've been going through this and y'all continue to believe this nonsense. This is Ephesians 4:14. It says that we henceforth be well. You know what? Let me just go back one to 14 and 3 from 13. It says this is Ephesians 14 and 13. It says till we all come in unruly until we all come in the unity of the faith and of the knowledge of the Son of the Most High, unto the perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of their fullness of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, that we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine by the sleight of men. You see, and cunning craftiness, whereby they lie in wait to deceive. So you see, when someone tells you that this is spiritual, when someone tells you that this mark isn't physical, that you won't be like the reprobates that Apostle Dahar did a video earlier. So you mean to tell me there's not going to be other things to buy and sell other than food?
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me the only thing that's going to be of value to trade in that day is food? What about bills to pay? What about house payment? You see, so y'all jakes, y'all hear anything and it'll sound good to you, right? Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
And then you'll run with it.
And it makes no absolute sense to think about it, because the scripture specifically points, because we understand the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip, whether you receive it or not, it has more purposes than buying and selling. But the scriptures specifically point out the buying and selling, because that's how we're gonna identify the mark. Okay? So what? All right, let's say, so for the scriptures to say that means, look, the chip or the mark of the beast is going to come out before the end of the world. There's going to be people buying and selling with this thing, man. And people are doing it right now. People are fucking doing it right now, man. People are buying and selling. All right, because what? A method of selling is be what? you rendering your services at work. You're selling your services, and they pay you. That's considered selling. All right, just like a prostitute would sell her body. Just you go into work, you a prostitute to your job. All right. So and people are buying and selling at this very moment as we speak, and making this video here in October 3rd, 22nd, whatever, 2020. Okay, this is happening. It's happening right now. But wait, like brother just read, a lot of our people are swayed with some bullshit, man, tossed to and fro with every wind of doctrine, man.
Yeah, that's where they pick up that Kemet shit, Christianity, Islam, anything except, the truth. You want to pick it up, so it sounds good. Well, basically, what you're saying is so you can take this chip and still be saved. No, you can't. No, you can't. That's what y'all trying to rationalize. You're trying to rationalize you still being able to participate in Esau's system, and still make it into the kingdom. It don't work like that.
That's right.
Either you're going to be totally dependent on Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, or you're going to be totally dependent on E. That's it.
And that's the thing, because if you don't take the chip, you can't continue in Esau's system. Because if you can't buy and sell, what the hell can you do? You can't do nothing in this current system that we live in. It's all about money. You ain't got money.
Yourself.
Go ahead.
You got to fend for yourself.
Exactly. Yep.
And then going back to the servant with the old, born the old. If you left your master's house, you had to fend for yourself. You had to figure out how to make, find shelter for your family, how to make food, how to get food by some other means.
And sometimes you had to leave everything you got and your family behind, depending on when you got it and how it came about. So if you had your servants when you was under your master, you got to leave that behind. But what the token nigga, the token coon, is gonna stay there because he don't want to leave his family. That separates the elect from everybody else, because they're willing to forsake that. Like, look, if I gotta take that all to stay with my family and everything I've got since I've been under you, then I'm gonna leave. But everybody else is gonna say, look, okay, I want to keep my family and this and that. That's why the scriptures say if you love the world, the love of the Father is not in you. Because you got to be willing to forsake all these things, because you don't know what the Lord is going to present in front of you, all right, that you're going to have to forsake. And this is the best method that the Lord is going to have Esau use with the chip, man. Because what happens with Salakia? What happens when your kids are starving and your woman is nagging?
Our temptation.
Yeah, exactly, man. And it's going to come upon all the world. So this is what's going to separate the men of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai from everybody else, and then the rest of the 1/3 are going to follow behind the men. All right, not boys. The men is the Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is looking for men that's willing to forsake whatever, man. That's what Peter said. Look, we have forsaken all. What shall we get? Man, we're going to get more than we can even imagine and fathom right now. But go ahead,
Did you want me to get that part?
Yeah, go. Yeah, get back into that Charagma.
Okay.
And let's go through all the root words. All right? Because at this point, if you can't get it, man, then you just a fucking demon. The Lord don't like you, man. He don't want you to get it. Or you, like the apostle say, you sold out, man. Because it's so clear right now. Or pride, He was Apostle Ramla that just said that recently today in this video. He said if you can't get it, you either sold out, you're blind, or you're proud. And you don't want to acknowledge that Great Millstone was right the whole time, right? And which, that's just a term that was put upon the apostles when they was doing their thing back 10 years ago, okay? But now we understand that, well, not now, but we understand that it's Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. They've just been working through the apostles on down. But go ahead, the next word, what is it? Charax. Okay? Because at this point, man, if you can't get it, then you just don't, I don't know what to tell you, man. I can't, but that's the crazy thing, man. Like, because the scriptures say unto the holy is, unto the holy is plain, unto the wicked is a stumbling block, roughly paraphrase.
Daniel 12:10 too.
Yeah. Oh,
wise shall understand, but the wicked shall not understand.
That's right. Yep. There's also the wicked, and there's 2/3 of our people here in America are wicked. They ain't gonna get it. They ain't gonna get it right. But go ahead. You got that Karox?
I'm pulling it up right now. Give me 1 second.
Because this is, if you can't, man, all you gotta do is just go into the word mark, and it's gonna explain it to you, literally. And you can say, oh, the blue letter. Look, the blue letter is not 100% accurate, but they on point with the mark of the beast, bro. All right.
Let's pull this.
Click on the mark in 16, verse 16,
Yeah, it's
and then just go to the root word there.
it's giving me oh, there it is right there.
There you go. And that's, oh, right there, the root word. Yeah, there you go.
Alright.
All right, so read that because I want to go straight to the Strong's definition, though.
Okay.
Yep.
This is Karox, and it says a pail or stake.
A pail or a stake is something you impale. All right, that's why they call him Vladimir the Impaler, right? Because he would impale people's heads through what? A stake, a sharp ass wooden post. All right, so the pail would go straight through the head, meaning it was going through them. All right, just like that. What's it called? The syringe.
Yeah.
It's going to go right through your skin, and this is going to prove it. Go ahead into the Strong's.
All right, Con, and it says a palisade. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, palisade.
Palisade.
Yep.
Palisade. A palisade or rampart.
Uh-huh.
A pale between which earth, stones, and trees and timber are heaped and packed together.
Okay.
Strong's, it says from Karoxo to sharpen to point, akin to G1125 through the idea of scratching a stake.
There it is. Through the idea of scratching. Bible, you got online etymology?
I get it.
Yeah, pull that up because this is gonna prove it right here. The Karox. What is? We already told you what the Karox is. That syringe. What's the other term for hypodermic
needle.
hypodermic needle? There you go. Read it. You got it.
This is
So like read that again. It said in the form of scratching or something like that.
It says it says by implication or no, you know what? Yeah, it says a remnant. It's like that. Here it is. An idea. The idea of scratching.
The idea of scratching. Now read the word for scratching in the online etymology.
This the word scratch is a verb.
So real quick before you read that, when you get scratched, what happens?
It cuts your flesh.
All right, so go ahead and read that.
I'm gonna get right to the point. It says from 1680s to scratch the surface, make only slight progress in penetrating or understanding.
Go to there should be one. It might be noun. It might be in the nouns.
Yep, noun.
Yeah,
This is scratch noun from 1580s. Slight skin tear produced by a sharp thing.
Woo! A slight skin tear produced by a sharp thing, which is the Karox, which is the palisade, which is the needle. So a scratch.
Going back
from
to
what did it say? The idea of scratching.
Yeah, from the idea of scratching.
That palisade is going to scratch you, making a slight tear in your skin from a sharp instrument.
Yep.
That's simple.
Going to the boring the boring
the
old is that instrument.
Mm-hmm.
And then like the needle, the point on it is like an impaling object.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you whatever you actually impaling whatever you're sticking it into. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So that's clear cut and to the point. It's dry, like you can't get around that, but you try to.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's why the scriptures say, if any man add unto this word, the plagues of this Bible, this word shall be added unto him. You know, because you get a lot of groups out there, and a lot of heathen that try to add onto these scriptures to tell you to deceive you. Okay, because that's what Satan has been brought upon the earth to do, is to deceive you that the mark of the beast is something else other than what it really is, so that you can get what the mark of the beast is, and then you're through. You know.
There it is. People been talking about people been saying they know what the mark of the beast is, but the mark of the beast technology ain't come around till the 90s. It may be the late 80s, but it wasn't propagated till now. Now they chip this, chip that, NFC, RFID technology, bro.
5G.
Bro. If you can't get it, man, you out, man.
You
You're gonna get caught out here in that time of temptation, that hour of temptation, and you're gonna be in need.
Then what? What you gonna do then? When that time comes and they tell you, look, you gotta take this chip, or you can't do this, you can't do that, or at the punishment of beheading, what you gonna do? I'm gonna say, well, that's not the mark of the beast. Well, okay, well, you ain't a man of the Lord.
Real. I got Baba Kashava bring out this one definition too, because we was going into definitions. I pulled up the definition of the word "by" in the etymology, because you have a lot of people who say, well, you know, that's a spiritual thing, but it says "by." So out of the scriptures, I just wanted to bring up this word "by," and it says to be in the marketplace, to attend, to do business there, buy or sell. Now we're going to go into the Strong's definition. It says to go to market, i.e. to purchase.
There you go.
There you go.
Can't purchase any damn thing with Christianity.
Yeah.
And then for you to say that the mark of the beast is an embargo, you a fucking moron, because you don't know what an embargo is.
Yep.
An embargo means you can't sell your shit. And embargoes are put on countries, not people.
Yeah.
You know?
The only thing you bought yourself with that is a ticket to destruction. That's all you buy.
Kind of.
You know?
Okay, but we about to pull up.
Get the Grapho real quick.
Yeah, get Grapho on the market.
Go back to the mark and then go to Karax.
And then we'll close out on that.
And then go to the etymology of the word Karax.
And then
Because at this point, look, the Lord set it up to whoever created the blue letter was able to break it down in 3 different words to make it very simple. You know.
Go to the root word of that one now.
Yeah.
It should say Grapho.
word grapho.
Yep.
So the root word is grapho, and it says to write with reference to the form of the letter.
That's right. So what is the writing? That's because the charagma was the chip, the Karax is the instrument to inject you with the chip, and the grapho is the information that is written inside the chip, which is what? Binary code, the ones and the zeros. What else?
Your social security number.
All that information that's written, it's called coding. Okay, when they coding information into computers and different like when you're making an app, you're doing coding. Look, they show you in what 1999 or maybe 2000 the Matrix. What was the Matrix? How did they look at the Matrix when they was out of there? It was all numbers. It was the grapho, man. They've been showing you this. Go ahead.
That's where you get the word graph, which a graph is just a collection of information.
Yep.
It actually goes into this right here in the Strong's definition. It says figuratively to describe right. So basically, when you're describing something, you're giving a description of that person that the chip is implanted in.
And it's gonna be digitally, because everything is moving digitally. Digital currency,
digital wallet. That's
digital wallet. Oh yeah, they've been had that program. People, now they're gonna have digital IDs.
Yep.
Here in Florida, they about to push that.
ID 2020.
ID 2020. There you go. You know,
that's a part of that agenda.
And how do they when somebody rings something up? Because remember when you deal with websites, when you creating the website, you're not dealing with it like how people see it. It's all code. It's all just the grapho, you know. So what the chip's gonna have is that grapho, the information that's written in there, and it can be easily accessed anywhere on the planet through the Internet of Things.
That's why they're pushing this 5G.
Yep.
Because it's gonna be so much data that's gonna be out there that they gotta have a system to sustain all of that, and that's that 5G network.
Exactly. Because some people say, oh well, all that information can't fit on this chip. Well, you're a fucking idiot. Everything you look through the internet every day is not on your phone. It's accessed through the internet, and that's how you gonna be, man. That's what they want you to be, part of the internet, and that's why it's called IoT, Internet of Things. And people are willingly accepting this throughout the world right now, man. So it's not far-fetched. It's not science fiction. It's reality. Go ahead, brothers. You got any finishing statements?
Oh yeah, hey, you hit it. Hey, you hit everything, man. Like that's it right there. And for all you Jakes that don't believe that the mark of the beast is the chip, take it. Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Have it, man.
Live your best life.
You know. But for me and mine, And the
We shall
brothers,
serve
we gonna serve the Lord, man.
That's right.
Because basically what this is this, you know, this is the ultimate separation right here.
Yep.
Okay? Right now we're gonna see who really gonna serve the Lord
Choose you this day.
and who goes and the Lord. In order for you to serve the Lord, you gotta be completely separated from Esau's system. Period, man. Period. You gotta be separated from the system. And the ultimate thing is that chip. You only can be a part of Esau's system if you take the chip. And if you don't take the chip, that means you gotta completely depend on the Lord.
That's right.
You know?
So that's where faith comes in.
kind
You know, because hey, look, the Lord said we gonna eat, but then also it said if you don't have the mark of the beast, you can't buy yourself. So how we gonna eat? Through the spirit and power you have by Shem Messiah. We don't need no damn chip to eat. The Lord gonna provide, man, as He has done time and time. You know.
That's it, man. That's it.
So with that, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, and Chakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone. Salutation, much love to Yakim out there. Shalom.